Sleep divorce. Just hearing those words might make you uncomfortable. But what if I told you that sleeping in separate beds could actually save your relationship? Hey everyone, I'm Maya from Mind Body Blueprint, and today we're diving into one of the most controversial topics in sleep science. Should couples sleep apart? Before you click away thinking this doesn't apply to you, or that it means your relationship is doomed, hold on, because the research on this might surprise you. We're going to look at both sides of this debate, examine what the science actually says, and help you figure out what's right for your relationship and your sleep health. Because here's the truth, there's no one-size-fits-all answer, but there is information that can help you make the best decision for your well-being. So let's get into it. First, let's talk about why couples traditionally sleep together, because it's not just about romance. Sharing a bed has deep evolutionary roots. For thousands of years, sleeping together meant safety, warmth, and bonding. It's been a fundamental part of intimate relationships across almost every culture, and there are real benefits. Physical intimacy and connection. Cuddling releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone, which strengthens emotional connection and reduces stress. Feeling of security. Many people simply sleep better knowing their partner is beside them. There's comfort in that presence. Relationship satisfaction. Some studies show that couples who sleep together report feeling more connected and satisfied in their relationships. Spontaneity. Let's be honest, separate bedrooms can reduce opportunities for physical intimacy and those spontaneous moments of connection. For many couples, sharing a bed is non-negotiable. It's part of what makes them feel like a couple. But here's where it gets complicated. Sharing a bed can seriously impact your sleep quality. Research from the Sleep Foundation shows that 30% of couples would prefer to sleep separately at least some of the time. And when we look at actual sleep quality data, we start to understand why. Partner disturbances are real. Snoring affects approximately 40% of adults. If your partner snores, you could be losing up to an hour of sleep every single night. That's 365 hours a year, over 15 full days of lost sleep. Movement disruption. When your partner moves, you're likely to experience brief arousals, even if you don't fully wake up. These micro-awakenings prevent you from reaching and maintaining the deep sleep stages your body needs for restoration. Temperature differences. Optimal sleep temperature varies from person to person. One partner might be throwing off the covers while the other is piling on blankets. This constant temperature negotiation affects sleep quality for both people. Different sleep schedules. If one person is a night owl and the other is an early bird, someone's sleep is being compromised every single night. And here's the critical part. Chronic sleep deprivation doesn't just make you tired. It impacts your mood, your immune system, your cognitive function, your emotional regulation, and yes, your relationship quality. So what does the science actually say about sleeping separately? A study from the University of Wisconsin found that people who sleep alone experience fewer sleep disruptions and spend more time in deep sleep stages compared to those who share a bed with a partner. Research published in the Journal of Sleep Research showed that couples who moved to separate sleeping arrangements reported improved mood, better daytime functioning, and paradoxically, better relationship satisfaction. Why? Because they were actually well rested. They had more patience, more energy for quality time together, and less resentment. The National Sleep Foundation reports that 1 in 4 American couples now sleep in separate beds or bedrooms at least some of the time. That's 25% of couples. This isn't some weird outlier behavior. It's becoming increasingly common. Even celebrity couples have spoken openly about it. Actress Cameron Diaz, golfer Tiger Woods, and many others have talked about how separate sleeping arrangements improved both their sleep and their relationships. But here's the elephant in the room, the stigma. Many people assume that sleeping separately means your relationship is in trouble, that it's a sign you've given up on intimacy, or that you're headed for divorce. But sleep researchers and relationship therapists are increasingly pushing back on this narrative. Dr. Wendy Troxel, a clinical psychologist and sleep researcher, argues that prioritizing sleep quality is actually a form of relationship investment, not neglect. When both partners are well rested, they're better equipped to show up for each other emotionally. The term sleep divorce itself is problematic because it implies failure. But what if we reframed it? What if we called it sleep optimization or customized sleep solutions? Because that's what it really is. Finding what works for your unique situation. Now, before you start shopping for a second bed, let's talk about the middle ground. Because sleeping separately doesn't have to be all or nothing. Split week arrangements. Some couples sleep together on weekends when sleep schedules are more flexible, and separately during the week when work demands require optimal rest. Separate rooms, shared bedtime routine. You can maintain intimacy with a shared bedtime routine, cuddle time, or intimate time together, and then one person moves to their own sleep space. The Scandinavian method. Use separate blankets even in the same bed. This solves the temperature and movement issues while maintaining physical closeness. Technology solutions. If snoring is the issue, explore CPAP machines, positional therapy, or other medical interventions before jumping to separate beds. Trial periods. Try sleeping separately for 2 weeks and honestly assess both your sleep quality and relationship satisfaction. Treat it as an experiment, not a permanent decision. The key is communication. Talk openly with your partner about your sleep struggles without blame or judgment. So when does sleeping separately actually make sense? If one or both partners has a sleep disorder like severe snoring, restless leg syndrome, or sleep apnea that's affecting the other person's rest. If you have drastically different sleep schedules due to work or personal chronotypes, and one person's sleep is being consistently compromised. If you're experiencing relationship tension that you suspect is related to poor sleep quality, sometimes irritability and conflict are just symptoms of exhaustion. If you've tried other solutions and nothing has improved your sleep quality, and importantly, if both partners are open to trying it without shame or assumptions about what it means for the relationship. On the flip side, when should you keep sleeping together? If both partners sleep well together and feel that the emotional benefits outweigh any minor sleep disruptions. If physical closeness at night is a primary way you maintain intimacy and connection in your relationship, if the idea of sleeping separately causes anxiety or feelings of disconnection for one or both partners. If you haven't yet explored other solutions, like improving your sleep hygiene, adjusting room temperature, using white noise, or addressing underlying sleep disorders. The most important factor here is that both partners feel good about the arrangement. It should enhance your well-being, not create new problems. Let's address the big concern. Will sleeping separately hurt your relationship? The data suggests not necessarily. In fact, it might help. A survey by the Better Sleep Council found that nearly half of respondents said they'd have a better relationship with their partner if they got a better night's sleep. The key is intentionality. If you're sleeping separately, you need to be intentional about maintaining intimacy in other ways. Schedule quality time together before bed or in the morning. Make your together time count. Have date nights. Prioritize physical intimacy at times other than just before sleep. The couples who succeed with sleep divorce are the ones who don't let it become emotional distance. They recognize that sleeping apart is a practical solution to a practical problem, not a reflection of their feelings for each other. Let's address the big concern. Will sleeping separately hurt your relationship? The data suggests not necessarily. In fact, it might help. If you're thinking about trying a sleep divorce, here's how to approach it. Step 1. Have an honest conversation. Choose a calm moment, not at 2 a.m. when you're both exhausted. Share how your sleep quality is affecting you without blaming your partner. Step 2. Frame it positively. This isn't about escaping your partner, it's about investing in both of your well-being so you can be better partners to each other. Step 3. Start with a trial period. Commit to trying it for 2 to 4 weeks and then honestly evaluate together. Step 4. Set up your spaces thoughtfully. If possible, make both sleeping spaces comfortable and inviting. This isn't a punishment, it's a choice you're both making. Step 5. Maintain connection rituals. Cuddle before bed, have morning coffee together, whatever works for you. Don't let separate sleeping become emotional separation. Step 6. Check in regularly. How's it going? How's your sleep? How's your relationship? Be willing to adjust. Here's the bottom line. Your sleep quality matters. Your relationship matters. And sometimes, protecting one actually protects the other. There's no shame in sleeping separately if it means you're both healthier, happier, and more present in your relationship during waking hours. But there's also no pressure to sleep separately if sharing a bed works for you. Every couple is different. What matters is that you're making conscious choices based on what actually serves your well-being, not what society expects or what you think you should do. Sleep is a biological necessity. Romance doesn't require you to sacrifice your health. I'll be honest with you. When I first started researching this topic, I had my own biases. I thought sleeping separately was a last resort, a sign something was wrong. But the more I learned about sleep science and talked to couples who've made this work, the more I realized we've been thinking about this all wrong. Sleep and intimacy aren't mutually exclusive. In fact, they can support each other when you approach them intentionally. I'm curious, what's your take on this? Would you ever consider sleeping separately from your partner? Or are you already doing it? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your perspective, especially if you've tried this yourself. If this video gave you a new perspective on sleep and relationships, make sure to like and subscribe to Mind Body Blueprint. We're here to bring you evidence-based wellness content that challenges assumptions and helps you make informed decisions about your health. And here's something to think about. Whether you sleep together or apart, are you actually optimizing your sleep environment for quality rest? Because that's what really matters. Not where you sleep or who you sleep next to, but whether you're getting the restorative sleep your body needs. Your sleep impacts everything: your mood, your health, your relationships, your productivity, your happiness. It deserves your attention and investment. So here's my challenge to you. Have an honest conversation with your partner about sleep quality. Not accusatory, not demanding change, just honest. How are you both really sleeping? And what could make it better for both of you? You might be surprised by what you discover. Thanks for watching. I'm Maya, and remember, taking care of yourself isn't selfish. It's how you show up as your best self for the people you love. Sleep well, and I'll see you in the next video.